Stop. Before you do another push-up, watch this. Most people have been doing push-ups wrong for years. The result? A chest that refuses to grow, shoulders that slowly become irritated, and countless reps that deliver only a fraction of the results they should. The good news is that only 5 common mistakes are causing most of the problem. Fix these mistakes, and the push-up becomes one of the most powerful upper body exercises you can do anywhere, with no equipment at all. Let's begin. Why push-ups matter. The push-up is one of the most misunderstood exercises in fitness. Many people think it's just a beginner movement, something you do before moving on to bigger and better exercises. But gymnasts still do push-ups. Fighters still do push-ups. Military operators still do push-ups. People whose performance depends on real-world strength never stop using them. The problem isn't the exercise. The problem is the way most people perform it. Let's start with the first mistake. Error number 1. Elbow flare. Look at yourself from above during a push-up. For many people, the arms stick straight out to the sides, creating a T shape. It feels natural. It feels powerful. But it's one of the fastest ways to place unnecessary stress on the shoulders. When the elbows flare excessively, the shoulder joint is forced into a weaker position. Over time, rep after rep, that stress can accumulate and eventually lead to discomfort or injury. Here's the fix. Instead of creating a T shape, tuck your elbows to roughly 45 degrees from your body. From above, your body should look more like an arrow. Remember this? Arrow, not T. This simple adjustment instantly places your shoulders in a safer and stronger position. Most people notice better chest activation and improved pressing strength almost immediately. Error number 2. Frozen shoulder blades. This mistake is one of the biggest reasons people struggle to build their chest with push-ups. Watch the average person perform a push-up. The arms move, the body moves, but the shoulder blades stay completely frozen. The chest muscles work best when the shoulder blades are allowed to move naturally. If the shoulder blades never glide forward at the top of the movement, the chest never reaches a full contraction. Every rep becomes incomplete. Here's the solution. At the top of each push-up, don't stop when your elbows lock out. Push a little farther. Actively drive the floor away from you. Allow the shoulder blades to spread apart slightly. You should feel an extra squeeze across the chest. That final few inches of movement are often the missing piece people have ignored for years. Error number 3. A loose core. The next mistake doesn't always look dramatic, but it steals strength from every rep. Many people perform push-ups with sagging hips and a relaxed midsection. The body bends in the middle instead of moving as one solid unit. Think of it like trying to push from a wet noodle instead of a steel beam. When your core is loose, energy leaks away before it can contribute to the movement. The fix is simple. Before every rep, squeeze your glutes. Brace your core as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach. Then, maintain that tension throughout the movement. Your body should form a straight, rigid line from head to heel. When the core is locked in, more force reaches the floor, more tension reaches the chest, and every rep becomes stronger. Error number 4. Chasing rep counts. This one hurts a lot of egos. Someone says they can do 50 push-ups. Sounds impressive. Then you watch them perform the movement. They drop quickly, bounce off the bottom, use momentum everywhere. The muscles spend very little time actually working. The truth is that muscles don't count repetitions. They respond to tension. That's why 10 high-quality push-ups often produce better results than 50 rushed ones. Here's the fix. Lower yourself under control for 2 to 3 seconds. Pause briefly at the bottom. Then, press back up in 1 to 2 seconds. Suddenly, every rep becomes meaningful. The chest, shoulders, and triceps stay under tension long enough to stimulate growth. Remember, your ego wants bigger numbers. Your muscles want more tension. Choose tension. Error number 5. Collapsing the shoulders at the bottom. This is the most important mistake to fix. At the bottom of many push-ups, the shoulders roll forward and collapse. The shoulder blades lose position. The front of the shoulder takes unnecessary stress. The scary part is that this often happens without pain at first. But over months and years, thousands of reps in a poor position can create serious problems. Here's the fix. As you descend, think about pulling your shoulder blades slightly together and down. Imagine putting your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Keep the chest proud and open. Keep the shoulders from drifting excessively forward. This creates a more stable shoulder position and allows the chest muscles to begin each rep from a stronger stretch. Safer shoulders. More power. Better results. The perfect push-up now. Let's put everything together. Start with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Spread your fingers. Position your elbows at roughly 45 degrees. Create the arrow shape. Before moving, squeeze your glutes and brace your core. Lock your body into one straight line. Lower yourself slowly for 2 to 3 seconds. As you descend, keep your shoulder blades controlled and your shoulders stable. Pause briefly at the bottom. Your chest should hover just above the floor. Then press upward with control. At the top, continue pushing slightly farther so the shoulder blades spread apart. Finish with a strong chest contraction. That's one perfect push-up. If you can only perform a few reps this way, that's completely fine. A handful of perfect repetitions is worth far more than dozens of sloppy ones. As you become stronger, increase the challenge with slower tempos, elevated feet, or added resistance. Outro: the push-up was never just a beginner exercise. It's a skill. And like any skill, the quality of execution determines the results. Remember the 5 mistakes: flared elbows, frozen shoulder blades, a loose core, rushed repetitions, and collapsed shoulders at the bottom. Fix these issues and you'll completely change the way the exercise feels. Your chest will work harder, your shoulders will feel safer, and every rep will finally count. Now do one push-up using everything you've learned today. Just one. Feel the difference. And once you do, you'll understand why it no longer feels like the same exercise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Which of these 5 mistakes was most common for you? Write the number in the comments.